Alright, so now it's time to do some examples. Yay! Okay, let's look at the first one. We'll just start from the top. 3x to the third y squared times negative 4x squared y to the fourth. Okay, so when I multiply the coefficients together, I get negative 12. And I just want to multiply the ones that have the same type basis with the variables. X to the third times x squared. And I add the variables, so that's x to the fifth, y squared times y to the fourth, so that is y to the sixth. And that is your answer. Okay, let's look at the second one. I'm dividing. I add the same base, p to the third, divide by p to the eighth. So that means that I'm going to take the numerator exponent minus the denominator exponent. Okay, so I'm going to have p to the negative fifth. I don't want to leave a negative exponent in my answer, so I'm going to change that. See, that's over 1 right now. I'm going to make the p in the denominator, and that is going to keep my exponent positive. That's the way you'd want to keep your answer. Okay, so let's look at number 3. A to the third to the sixth power. So I have a power raised to a power. They're written right next to each other. There's nothing in between except for that parenthesis. So I multiply those two together, and your simplified monomial is going to be a to the 18th power. Okay, let's look at number 6. Now, if I skip one that you want to do together, then let me know, and we will go back and look at it tomorrow. Okay, so number 6, a over 4 to the negative 3 power. So that negative 3 is going to both the a and the 4. So what that means is I'm just going to flip the whole thing over. So the 4 is going to go in the numerator, the a is going to go in the denominator, and I can apply the 3 to both of those terms. Okay, and that would be your simplified answer. Okay, let's look at number 10. I'm trying to hurry because the bell's going to ring. X squared y to the third times xy to the negative 2 power. Okay, so first I can apply that negative 2 to the x and to the y. So I'm going to rewrite it. X to the negative 2, y to the negative 2. Now when I multiply the same bases together, I'm going to add the exponents. So x squared plus a negative 2 and y to the third plus a negative 2. So what happens to my x is it becomes x to the 0 power, and the y becomes y to the first power. X to the 0 is just 1, so your answer for that whole thing, the simplified answer, is just y. Okay, last one we're going to do today, and then we'll look at some more tomorrow before we begin our assignment. Number 11. N squared plus 4n minus 6 times n plus 2. So I am going to distribute the n squared through the n plus 2, distribute the 4n through the n plus 2, and the negative 6 times n plus 2. And then I'm going to combine all my like terms. So you have to be very organized when you're doing this. N squared times n is n to the third. N squared times 2 is plus 2n squared. So I'm done with the n squared. 4n times n is plus 4n squared. 4n times 2 is plus 8n. So I'm done with that 4n. Negative 6 times n is minus 6n, and negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. So I'm done with that negative 6. So now I just need to combine my like terms. Okay, I don't have another n to the third. That's just going to stay all by itself. So I'm going to put a line through that. 2n squared plus 4n squared is 6n squared. Okay, then 8n minus 6n is plus 2n. So I'm done with those. And minus 12 is on the end. So this is going to be your simplified answer. Okay, so we're going to do a couple more problems tomorrow at the beginning of class before you guys start on your assignment. And if you have any questions, make sure and write them down so we can go over them in class. Now I'm sure I might have some extra that are not in your notes. So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.